Right guys, I'm going to try and explain the flat earth design simply in regards to this spinning baller's video. He keeps saying earth has to be a spinning ball because of such and such and such and such. So I'm going to run over what he's going on about to prove earth is flat and how silly these guys are. And then I'll give you his video and you go check it out. He's a subscriber and he's put up on my site a few times. He wants us to debunk it. It's quite easy, so I'll do it to show everybody. So we'll go through it, okay? So it's going on about Polaris to start with. While we see Polaris up in the middle of the night sky, and while we can't see it further out south. So here's the flat earth looking down on it. So it's a plan view, plus I'm using it as a cross section, side view looking east or west. So it's looking down on it, the southern field out here, southern rotations, and you get a northern rotation. I haven't drawn that right because this rotation from the equator is the northern rotation, onto the centre is the northern rotation, and that exact same size rotation is out here. So really, this from there to there should be way out here. Okay, the same rotation there is the same size as this big northern rotation. So it's looking down on the Earth centre, looking down from the sky above Earth, looking down, you've got the centre. Centre of the vortex is here, centre there. And it goes all the way out to the tropics, all the way out to the equator, centre to there. So this is the feature we have in the centre of our Earth. And we're inside here and here. We can't get in here, can't see it. So we're inside these arcs, okay? So if we're looking side on now, there's Polaris. Polaris is about there, between there and there, just like the human brain, right there. It's 30 degrees. The Great Pyramids are here 30 degrees north because there's a 30 degree pitch to where the sun is. The actual sun in the centre of the tree of life that we do not see. An unseen vortex because it's creation. We come from nothing. We are an exploded view from in there. So we've come from nothing to create something. So something has been created from nothing. So we cannot go to nothing to find out where creation is unless we die physically and your soul or your spirit goes back through the black hole centre. You cannot get to that place of inaccessibility. So the side elevation, we're inside these arcs, this arc that goes all the way around the donut. Dead centre, we can't get into the centre. Okay, so north, there's south to north, we're inside there. He's going on about Polaris. Why can't we see Polaris if we go out further? First, everybody has to realise we are fractals of the earth. There's our head, or our dome, or arc, or whatever you want to call it. But we all have an arc, a dome, an arc of horizon. Horizon, set in Horus. Set on the horizon of our arc. This is the battle. Set in Horus. It's a psychological thing people can't get their heads around. This whole story. Setting on your horizon. Is it setting over here, 10,000 miles away, or is it just setting in our arc of horizon? We only see it in our arc. There's the arc. It's one man's arc. But there's the Earth's arc, the whole arc. So we're sitting down here with our arc, right? So there's 90 degrees under Polaris. So what happens? I'll use this. There's Polaris. What happens when you move your arc? You start wandering south. It starts coming down in your arc. Get to there and it's set. So now Polaris to us is here because it's set down here. Go north, it starts coming up in your arc. We're all fractals of the earth. Earth. We have our own arc of horizon. We're all fractals of light. 90 degrees. the further south you go, down it goes in your arc of horizon. Everything is seen in your arc. There's the 7 layers of the firmament, all there, all the colours of the light spectrum, and the sun sitting at the top, the 7th light, the 7th. 6 layers here, 7th. So basically that's what he's going on about. He's saying that there has to be a ball because of that. But everyone has to realise we're fractals of Earth, we all have our arc of horizon. It's as simple as that, but people just can't understand that. So if you're not going to understand that, you might as well just stop now. It's beyond everybody. But if you get that in your heads, that we are fractals of this Earth, that is a human brain, from there to there. Human brain. Same as ours. Except this is creation. This is the realm we live in. And our magnetic field comes down and up and down through like this. The same shape as our human brain. Walter Russell tells us, or was it the Medica Acurum, whatever it's called. No, Walter Russell tells us Earth is moving. But you've got to understand, Earth isn't terra firma. That's not Earth. Earth is between heaven and hell. Between heaven and terra firma. This is Earth in here. We're in Earth. Go down into Earth. This is moving. It's moving in here. The magnetic field is moving. It's all movement from the sun and the action around the black hole. The black hole itself has created the flat, stationary plane of Earth, the state of inertia. But all the movement around the black hole on its horizon, the sun and everything, creates life, movement. So that's quite simple once you understand your arc of horizon. How it goes down, comes back up. The other thing is, and the other one was, why does the southern rotation, this rotation out here, why does this guy get a view here and someone over here get a view over here? Because it all comes from the centre. If you've got a centre point turning and it's projecting its light, you'll see it out here, you'll see it out there, you'll see it over there, you'll see it here. But obviously you'll have different spots. But there's only one night time, so you only have say that half, you're only going to see that one picture in your horizon out from the centre, reflected into your sky. As the night turns, that picture's going to move west, isn't it? That's why you'll get your same picture. But it's not totally the same. Because as it moves west, this rotation, look, there's the elliptics. If that's turning, that star's not going to stay down there, is it? It's going to start coming back up again. So this is why we get a rotation this way, and, well, we'll say this way, but it curves over this way. Dot, dot, dot. And they all start dot, dot, dot. Dot, 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 dot. Dot, 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 dot. Dot, 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 dot. Dot, 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 like this. This is what it's doing. But in actual reality, depending on which part of the rotation, the star is actually doing this. It disappears and then it comes back out to the same spot. It ended up down here where you saw it the night before. It's going in to the tropic region here because it's going into the centre. Because what you've got to realise, the other thing I've mentioned, is all the outer rotation is from the centre. This is the centre. B, the equator. B, celestial equator. Celestial equator, right out to here. So centre, A, is right back in here. So this whole thing is turning. As this turns, at night you're seeing its image reflected out into the night sky because just the back of the sun. The sun is tucked into the Milky Way vertically. This is the Milky Way. There's the sun tucked in here. Tucked in here. But it puts the slide out that way. I'm pretty sure it does. I've always said it has. Not over there going that way. It's through the black hole because that's the black hole there. Centre. The sun's on its horizon. So that's turning vertically in here. So as that turns vertically, it's reflecting its image all the way out south. As it turns, it's going to come around. Night time brings it round all the time. You're seeing that turning image reflecting it out here. Now because you've got a parabolic arc pictures here, you've got two symmetrical arcs. So the picture you're seeing in here is going to be reversed out here. So if there's a star up here, the star will appear down here. And if the star's over the other side, it's going to appear over this side south. So this is vertical, Milky Way. That is going to end up horizontally. That rotation horizontally in there is going to end up vertically out here. That's what the parabolic image does. Two symmetrical arcs, a reflective black sky. I've just shown it in a previous video how I get the stars all floating around up here. When I put lights up here, the lights give stars all around here, just floating there. Even when I look down inside, I can see all the stars just floating around in there. Only because I spray painted the acrylic bowl black. There you have it. That's what you got in the centre of creation. It looks just like that. Milky Way with the sun right in the middle there. Because the sun is tucked in there to one side, it's daylight. As it turns, this is going to become, this will be the back here. This is night. Night. Night time. So you can see daylight when it's facing that way. Daylight, and it turns like this. Then you see night time. It's simple. You can't deny it. You can't debunk this whole model. So that's turning. Don't believe me, go and get parabolic mirrors. See what happens. We'll go check out my other video at least. And my mate, well, I can't even think of his site at the minute. He's done the video. He even shows he's done something. He's got the light turning up here, and how it creates the other image there. It's a bit like our electric, what we know down here on Earth, the electrical system. You've got a magnetic field going that way and the electrical circuit going that way. It all adds up. So there you have it. So this is why everybody will always get an image out south, because it's all reflected from the dead centre as that turns from the centre. Well, why can't these guys understand that? They don't even know that this rotation goes all the way around there. Even though you can film it, Star Trails can film it. I've done it. You've got the anti-Kytherian mechanism that shows you that. There's another system that shows you this, where it shows you a big wheel like this winding around the southern field out here. Two cogs. It's a cog just winding around here over 24 hours. So to do that, what you do is you get out. I'm down south. I just aim it straight at the celestial equator, because you need a reference point. You want to catch both skies, the northern sky on the horizon and the southern sky, or vice versa if you're up north. And I used Orion's belt as a reference. So I was tracking it through the night all the way. So I'd do a star trail there, a star trail there. I wouldn't bother about doing one at zenith. There's no point, they're meeting there anyway. So I did a couple sort of northeast and a couple of southwest, and each time you get to see that the arcs like this, so you know that southern arc is going around the northern one. You can't do it out south because you've only got the one south rotation. There's no northern rotation. You have to put up the celestial equator. So if you're up north, you put the celestial equator south. Okay, couple sort of southwest, and a couple southeast, and a couple southwest, and you'll see. How will you see it? You're going to see the southern. You'll see the scallop there, the scallop, the scallop, which means it's the rotation all the way around the southern sky. No, the other way around. You'll see north up here. You'll be looking at north, and you'll see south on the horizon. Yeah. So you see the northern rotation. Hang on, will you? Think about that one. How are you going to see? You're going to see big northern rotation. You're obviously going to see the scallops down here, aren't you? You'll see the scallops down here going around the south. Around the southern sky, you know what I mean. I was the first to show everyone that, discover that. It's a no-brainer. It's quite easy to understand. If you understand that, you understand the whole flat earth model, but no one out there is doing it on their channels because they can't understand it. I don't think they've even stopped to think about it. So it's all reflected out from there, and as this turns, this rotation will turn. As the stars come in, they'll come in and fade out because they're moving on. You're only on your horizon. That's you. You can't see what's going on over here. That's your arc of horizon. You're looking at that. So you're there. So if you race around to here, you'll see that arc, that rotation. This guy over here will see his rotation. But as they're revolving around, they're also going like this, and they're fading out. They're all fading out because they're moving on out of your arc of horizon. They're moving around here. So you get in an aeroplane and fly 1,000 miles an hour, this thing will be exactly, well, it won't be exactly the same, still moving out, but you'll track, let's say grab a star there, you'll track it, and you'll see it go all the way into the equator, like that. The camera on my phone. It was the phone. So you'll see it wind in like that, and at some point, it's the back. It ends up coming back out anyway, like this. So this is night time, and then all that happens in the daytime. That part there of that particular star. All this part here is always in the daytime. You don't see that. You'll only get it going so far, about that far, if you use an equatorial mount for your camera and track the star. You'll see it curve around like this. It does not stay in this rotation. It'll start going, and because it does that, they think the earth underneath them's spinning. That's the dumbest thing ever. But hey, we're all born dumb, eh? We're all born into darkness. We're all born dumb. But the goal is to wake this up. And not everybody can do it. It's your pineal gland, your sun. Your sun in the centre of your head. Come into the light. Just like Earth was created, it's the same story of creation. Light was created and the water separated from the earth. raised all the atmospheric moisture, which lowered the seawater, and then life began because it hit the right resonating frequency. The human body, the human mind and heart has to hit the right resonating frequency. It's this and this. And that's what God's all about. See, if you understand the flat earth model, you start to understand what God and all religions are all about. Not the other way around. You don't have to be the other way around. You start connecting. I can explain it all, but I've done a lot of that in my videos. There's the arc. There's an arc in the rainbow. It might have something to do with your individual arc. Trying to work out, fit this 42 degrees and do it somehow, but I couldn't do that. Okay, that's all he was talking about in this video. Two simple things. Why do we not see Polaris across the other side of the world? Because you've got your own arc of horizon, and it's going down on your horizon. So first you've got to get your head on that, around that. You're within this arc. Earth has these arcs. We're inside this arc, all the way around, inside the donut. All the stars are on here. And no matter where you are zenith. So you'll get a reading and your sextants and whatever, all back to you. So you've got a reading from the star, let's say your arc's like that, you've got a reading from the star, that's the GP point. Then they want to know where you are. So what do? You've got that reading, so whatever that makes up to the 90 degrees, that you go to the almanac and they'll give you a direction, a measurement from there to there. It's easily worked out where you are. But you could be anywhere around here, anywhere within the circle, so you have to take more readings. But we won't go into that. That's all it is. Simple. That's in the centre of the earth and it's turning. It's a rotation. That's the elliptic planes. So you can imagine an auger that drills holes, but it's this shaped. The auger, the plane of the auger is the plane of the magnetic fields. As the season changes over the year, it starts winding up. Just like an auger has to wind the dirt out, you're winding the season up. Then it goes back down again. What makes it go up and down? What does your heart go up and down for? Because it's the same electrical system. It's what Tesla came up with. Alternating current. Power on, power off. Power on, power off. Power on, power off. Power on, power off. Alternating current. The heartbeat, the beating, pulsating. Up, down, up, down. What did I say? 1,000 years on earth is a year on creation or something like that. Same thing. It's all stuck in this tight magnetic field. There's a magnetic field and we're out here. That's another trick I'm going to explain, because we're actually in the flux of a magnetic field. And then there's the neutral zone out there. But we're opposite to creation. So you can imagine that being that. No, I won't go there. But we are opposite to, like a ring magnet, the magnet we've got on Earth. Creation, we are inverted to that. So we are inside the flux, we're not outside the flux trying to get in. We're inside it, can't get out. I'll leave it at that. Thanks.